How's it going, Pokemoshpitbeta? It's been 3 months since I've last posted about here. Don't know what I was doing. But anyway, I got us a OU match. Can you see there's like Girachinos of lots. But anyway, yeah, I have a OU match. It's against someone named Dimitri on my Skype. He asked me for a battle and I accepted. And judging by his team, it is definitely more defensive kind of rain. Judging by the Sizzle and the Bronzong. You know, we'll see how it goes. So he's gonna lead with his Politoed. I am gonna lead with my Rotom. You know, being a rain team, I figure Politoed is going to be obviously first, and that happens to be. So he's going to go for a Protect. I don't really see, I don't see Protect on Politoed that much, so it's kind of baffling to me. But anyway, it's cool because, my Rotom's got the upper hand in type advantage. I am going to go for the Volt Switch. It doesn't do that much, which is kind of surprising to me because I figured it might have done more than half, but I don't know what to say. It's probably bulky with some special defense investment. Anyway, gonna go into my Celebi. This is my bulky Celebi with Nasty Plot and Giga Drain. I don't think it has Recover. I think it has Recover. It's got Giga Drain, Nasty Plot, Recover, and Hidden Power Fire. Which the Hidden Power Fire I'm going to go for because I want to predict the switch from the Politoed to a Steel type Pokemon such as Bronzong or Sizzle. In this case, it's the Bronzong. So I do predict correctly, but because of the rain, Hidden Power Fire won't do very much. So it's it's just the principle of the fact that I predicted is there. So Toxic is backing up, and because of my Celebi's bulk, Toxic does set damage. I don't want to be taking set damage because that's going to hurt it in the long run. So I'm going to go into my Haxorus, Impa for rocks, but then again, Haxorus hasn't got a weakness to Stuff Rock, so yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go for the Earthquake. It's banded, and because of the ability Mold Breaker, I should be able to take it out. But no, Haxorus hasn't got the power to take it out, so therefore I end up leaving it with a smidgen. He goes for a Gyro Ball, does about half. That's the usual case whenever I have Haxorus out in the field. Gyro Ball always does about half. So anyway, gonna go for a 2-hit KO with the Earthquake. That's, pretty much straightforward right there. He goes into his Hydreigon. The way he sent it in on me, I'm thinking it's kind of a Scarf set. So I'm gonna go into my specially defensive Jirachi, which is specially tailored to take on Draco Meters of the sort of Hydreigon or Latios or Latias if it has to be. But he actually goes up for the Substitute, which is kind of unusual. This is actually the first encounter of such a set. I don't think it's even a Smogon set or standard set or anything. All I know is that this threw him off a little bit. So, gonna take this Surfs like a boss because, like I said previously, Jirachi is special defensive and is tailored to take on special defensive hits. Well, special offensive hits, Gonna go for the last screen to help that up even more, so, I've got some uber special defense right now. He goes for a Dark Pulse, opting to go for the flinch chance, and he does. Which is kind of ironic, the flinch is the Hacks master, Ironhead, 60%, anyone? Anyway, he goes for another Dark Pulse. He's probably banking on more flinches. I'm gonna go for a Wish as I'm about, 51 HP, 51.5, 51.7, I don't even know. Anyway, all I know is that I'm around half. Let's leave it at that. So he's gonna go for another Surf. I am going to definitely take that easily because of the amount of special defense is Skyward Sword. So gonna lay up my rocks. That's the third move I've revealed. Gonna get up my Wish, and that's gonna bring me back up to about max HP, near max HP at least, about 90%. Or 95.7. I should stop saying that. Anyway, he manages to get all his health back through leftovers behind the sub. He's going to want to switch out, probably predicting the fourth move, which would be Iron Head, except that I do not have Iron Head, I have Reflect, which I have not actually revealed yet. Anyway, I'm going to set up a Wish here because Wish is going to help me for whenever I switch out or whenever he does a U-turn. I don't know what he will do. But he does go for a Swords Dance. Now, on paper, that's pretty much scary, but I do have Reflex, so it's kind of even, Gonna go into Rotom. He, just in case he might go for a U-turn or Bullet Punch. Rotom's a physically defensive set. He does go for another Swords Dance, so he's now +4. Again, on paper, that'll be even more scarier, but because of the fact that Scizor can't do anything to Rotom unless he has a faster U-turn than me, which is not the case because naturally Scizor is slower than Rotom, therefore enabling me to go for a Hydro Pump. And I'm using his own range against him, except that he doesn't actually faint. He actually lives with a double smidgen or double sliver. I don't even know how I'm going to say that, but he manages to roost off most of the health, which allows him to conserve his Scizor, which means he's going to be able to switch out and go into his Hydreigon. Now, this is a kind of a surprising thing because I have no special attack investment, yet this Hydro Pump does about half, which is very impressive considering how, well, then again, the factors given in is Rain, I got Stab boosted, Hydro Pump went base 120 power, but it does a good amount of damage. I mean, if I was max special attack, I don't know how much damage I would have done. Anyway, I'm going to speed this portion of the battle up because basically it's just a repeat subscription of what happened the last round. You know, my Jirachi outstalling this Hydreigon because Hydreigon can't do anything to me because of my massive special attack stats and my support in light screen as well. So he does get a crit here with the Dark Pulse, which is very scary, but because I had my wish up, you know, guaranteed on that turn, and I do live, you know, obviously, I'm able to get it up. So I'm gonna go into Conqueror, predicting the Dark Pulse to go for it, but he doesn't. He actually goes for the Surf, which is more or less the safer and stronger play because, you know, the rain's up and he can take on that pseudo stab properties of Surf. So he's probably predicting the Mug Punch, which is why he went for a Substitute that turn, but I know with the light screen I can take on any move should he go for it, whether it's Surf or Dragon Meteor or even Dragon Pulse. I haven't actually seen any Dragon moves from this guy at all, which is actually quite surprising in this battle. But anyway, I get off a Drain Punch, get a bit of health from the sub, and I'm pretty much back up to, what, near full. Now, I am max HP, I mean max attack, sorry, you know, 416 attack, and that doesn't take it out. So, you know, he lives with, what, a smidgen, and he's able to retaliate with a Surf, and brings me down to about 1/4, which is, you know, it's alright. I mean, I think light screen is off at this point. I think it is. So, you know, I took it pretty well, considering Conqueror does lower special defense than Machamp. And this is actually a key point in this battle. I do get a crit as he tries to save his Hydreigon, and Sizzle gets the crit. You know, he bites the dust, so I don't know if that mattered. It probably did. Then again, you know, since the Sizzle hasn't got any attacks that I don't think it does, you know, I mean, it's bulky, you know, it lived 100% and all that, but you know. Anyway, I'm falling behind the narration. He switches in his Starmie, I switch out my Conqueror into my Haxorus because I want to use that as Death Order, and the fact that Haxorus isn't going to be outspeeding most of his pokes anytime soon. So it dies to a Hydro Pump, or thanks to Hydro Pump, I don't know how you guys will say. I know people say die a lot, but you know, if a Pokemon dies, then how are you going to use it again? So, gonna go into my bulky Celebi. He's probably fearing the Giga Drain, so he goes into his other water type Pokemon, which will take the Giga Drain a bit more better. But you know, it's still weak to Giga Drain, so he probably used it as Death Order, I guess. You know, you're seeing that Starmie is a more prominent sweeper than Politoed in this battle anyway. I'm gonna Giga Drain a bit of his health. I'm gonna be up to full. So, you know, if he's faster, he fires out Ice Beam, then fine. But I'm faster because I actually have max speed. You know, just to outspeed most Pokemon while still retaining my bulk. So I take that in 2 hits and that's the end of Politoed. Now here he goes into his Terrakion. The way he sent it in on me, I'm thinking it's probably going to go for an X-Scissor. So I'm going to predict that, go into my Conqueror as he does go for the X-Scissor, which is a good prediction on my part. I'm able to take the hit. And I see no Life Orb, and the fact that he switched out as well probably determines that this is a Scarf set. So I'm going to go for a Drain Punch knowing that. So whatever he switches in, whether it's Hydreigon or Starmie, I can get a bit of damage on and retain a bit of health as well. But you know, I get 5 HPs. It's nothing. I guess it's better than nothing. So yeah, with all this leftovers recovery, it's gonna bring me up to about a good amount of HP. Not so good, but you know, not good enough really. He goes for a Hydro Pump, which is the same accuracy as Stone Edge, and I know Stone Edge is notorious for missing a lot. I mean, Hydro Pump isn't exactly in the minds of people who will think it will miss a lot, but it does. But anyway, unfortunately he misses the first one. He does hit the second one, however, and he is able to take me out. So, you know, I get a crit as well. I mean, I don't think it even matters. It's just more salt to the wound. So, I'm going to bring in my Celebi, and Celebi is going to be able to take whatever move Starmie might throw him. If he does have the Ice Beam, which he does, then, you know, I can take it fairly well because of my investment in HP. If I was offensive, I probably would have lived it on red. If not, I probably would have died. I'm not really sure. But you know, bulky works here because I'm able to take that fairly well and get a Giga Drain off and take the rest of his HP. So I'm over half, which is good. His last Pokemon is the Terrakion. He has to lock himself into a move, whether it's X's or Close Combat. He decides to choose Close Combat, which is not going to do much damage to me because I'm part Psychic, I resist it. And because of his defense drops, I'm going to be taking a lot of HP, actually to the point of it being a KO, or 1-hit KO, and that'll be the game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game. Links will be in the description. If you have the time, please swing by my channel. And yeah, as always, have a good time, subscribe to the Mosh Pit, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.